Welcome to Unit 2. Just like the other video, I'll divide them up based on the different levels. So for example, if you look down here, we have this time a total of 16 or so. So you can follow the links at the bottom if need be. And again, I'll be doing it in Text Wrangler. So number one, introduction, is basically going through the basics we did last time. Remember, this is exactly how every single web page should be created. So just remember that, complete number one, and we'll see you in number two. It talks about how to make the code easier to read. So for example, here I have it all in the same line. All it's telling you is that if you do a bit of this, you can then easily identify different parts of your code. This is not necessary, it's just something that is helpful. We'll see you number three. Now we'll be looking at how to make a list. Now usually with a list, you want to start off with it having some kind of heading. So for example, H1 list of things, close my H1. This is obviously not necessary, but it's always good to have a title. Then I'm going to start off my ordered list. Ordered list means basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ordered list, OL. And I'm also going to close my ordered list. Now inside my ordered list, I'm going to add what I want. So li thing 1, close my number 1. I want my number 2, li thing 2. And then I can close my li. And I can go on and on and on and on as far as I want. So how does this look? I'm quickly going to save this. I don't have that open, so let me just quickly get open file. Should be on my desktop, I believe. No, it's not. Give me pause. It is. This is how it looks. My heading, my ordered list started, then li, then the second li did 1, 2, and so forth. So if I quickly just add another li here, for example, and type in thing 3 and close it, at this point you should guess that it is going to be adding a number 3, and then thing 3 gets added. Go back to Codecademy and finish what it says. We'll see you for number 4. Number 4 is just practicing what we did with number 3. So go through Codecademy's instructions and we'll see you in number 5. 5, we look at something called an unordered list. So an unordered list is just basically bullet points. So I'm just going to delete all of this. And again, I can do a list of things if I want, but an unordered list, as you can probably guess, is UL. Okay, for unordered list. Don't forget to close my UL at the bottom before I put in all of my items. So here, thing, cookies, close li. Okay, open up another one. Cake. Okay, close li. Very important you remember to close these tags. So now if I save this, it should create for me just bullet points. There we go. And that's how unordered lists work. Just again remember to make sure you close these things, if not going to mess up code later on. Good luck. We'll see you for number 6. 6, we look at what we call nested list. Nested list basically means this. If I have cookies and I want to add some more information about like what to put in cookies, like butter, milk, whatever, chocolate chip cookies, I can put another list in between these two with numbers in, or vice versa. So let's start this off and give you an example to how it works best. So I'm going to start off with an ordered list. And I'm going to call this one, whoops, and I'm going to close my ordered list. Let's not forget that. So my first item is going to be, like my example was cookies. Okay, but then I want a list of ingredients of how to make a cookie. So I might add a UL, whoops, UL. Okay, now notice I haven't closed this li yet for this cookies. I have to do it at the end. So my unordered list is going to involve things that are made with cookies. So milk, close the li. Okay, butter, for example, and I obviously can continue, but I won't. Now before, I have to remember I have to close this UL first. because I'm done with this list. So I'm going to close the UL. Okay, sometimes it'll probably look better like that. Okay. However, before I move on to my next major item with cookies, for example, cake, I have to close this LI because it's not closed. All right. And so then here now I can start another LI called cake. All right. So right now, how does this look? If I refresh it, I have cookies, milk. For some reason, I have another one here. I have to look, see what I did wrong. And then butter here. And this is what we call nested list. An unordered list inside a list there. And that's the reason why I did it wrong, because I didn't close that tag properly there. So for cake, I have my opening LI. I am going to add another unordered list inside here. And what's in a cake? Well, you know, again, milk, for example. Butter, closing LI. And so then I'm going to close this UL, unordered list, and then I have to remember, close this LI from the cake. And this is where indenting really helps. You guys see how it's organized? And every time you open up a tag, remember you got to close it. So if I go back to here and refresh, there it is. Now it looks nice and pretty. That's the end of number 6. Others are working on big projects. They'll leave comments inside their code to either come back and work on it later, or for other people that might be working on the same project as them, and just to tell them basically where they left off or what needs to be done. So right now with this code I have right here of this paragraph, okay, and it has text. So if I save it and I refresh this, here it is. Okay, but I'm going to make this disappear. So to add a comment, you will open up like any other tag, exclamation mark, dash dash, which is right beside the 0 key, okay? And then you can say, for example, this is a comment, okay? And to close it off, I go dash dash and close it. And if I save it, okay, and refresh, you'll notice it's not here, okay? But it's still in my code, even though I wrote it. So if I wanted to change this into a comment, all I have to do is put exclamation mark here, dash dash, and then here, close it off with this, press save, and over here, refresh it, and it's going to disappear. And that's how you make a comment. On to number 8, at font sizes and how we can affect different sizes. So remember, this is a paragraph. I want to say, hi, I am really big. Okay, and close my paragraph. I'll do another P. Hi, I am really small, for example. All right. So how do we affect the size of text? Well, inside this paragraph, I just want to push enter a few here so it doesn't get too confusing. Inside this paragraph, we can add different things. So in this case, I'm going to add a style. And my style, so I'm going to push equals, quotation mark, font, size, and colon. And then I'm going to tell it what size I want. I want 10, no, in this case I want it really big, right? So 30 pixels will make it very big. And make sure I close my quotation marks here. So style, which I spelled wrong. Okay. Style equals font size. And if I refresh my page right now, okay, notice that hi, I am really big shows up here in this font size. For this one here, let's make it smaller. Let's see how small we can make this. So font size colon, let's say 6px. See if that goes small or not. Close my quotation marks, press save, refresh, and there you go. I am really small. And that's about it. What's really important is just to make sure you don't do any spelling mistakes, equal signs, colon, and closing the brackets and making sure it's all within the P. We'll see you for number 9, I'm sorry. So, of course, if we change the font size, we can also change a color. So let me just quickly do a P style again, equals, In this case, it's going to be color, and then 2 colons, and I can choose the color I want. So in this case, it'll be green. Now I'm going to put hi, I am green. Now you probably notice I've already made a mistake here. I have not closed my quotation marks. And at the end here, I'm going to close my P. I'm going to press save and refresh it. And although it's hard to see, so let's change it to red. Let's see if that shows up better or not. Whoops, where did it go? There you go. Okay, I am red. Now, you can, of course, combine font size with color. To do that, all you have to do, so let me just push enter here a few times so we can focus on this one, is before the quotation mark, I'll put a space, and I'm going to put a semicolon. Okay, that's the key right beside the L to the right. Press space bar again. I'm going to type in color, quotation mark. This time I'm going to go green. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, and there we go. So this semicolon divides up the 2 styles that we want. So I press save and refresh. There it is. Now it's turned green. So combining styles is easy as long as you remember the semicolon and that you still only have 2 quotation marks. Okay, on to number 10. We look at different font styles. So font family like Arial, Times New Roman, and etc. The example they do in Codecademy is using a list. So I might as well use a list as well so you don't get confused. Oops. So if I'm going to make 2 quick little lists here of thing 1, close my LI, and thing 2. All right, so just like paragraphs, we can add styles inside our lists. If I put a style inside this OL, it's going to affect the whole list. If I want individual items to be different colors or sizes, I have to do it in the LI. So in this case, I'm going to put them in the LI just for fun. So let me just get rid of some of these so we can see nicely what we're doing. All right, so just like before, I'm going to put style equals, and in this case, it's going to be something called font / family. Okay, colon, and then we're going to name it something. So in this case, I'm going to name it Arial, and then close my quotation marks. And let's add another style here so you can see the difference. So style equals font family. And in this case, I'm going to call it, this is a great font for a website because it really shows up very nicely, Verdana. The spelling obviously matters. So I'm going to press save. Let me just get rid of all the rest of the paragraphs so it's easy to read. So save it again. If I refresh it, okay, it's kind of, you can see it's 2 different fonts because of the size of them, okay? And it includes also that the numbers on the left side are different. So of course, just like anything else, if I want to add some more to the style, I can just do semicolon, for example, font size, colon, in this case I'm going to do 30px. Okay, and I press save and refresh. Oh, why didn't you work? Let's have a look what we did wrong. Font site does not exist. Font size exists. And there we go. Okay, so you can see, you can individually, now obviously I can do the color. All I'd have to do is put another semicolon here, okay, and continue with my color that I want. So that's another great little font style that you can add with font family. And that's number 10. Moving on to number 11. Number 11 is just a recap, which you can do on your own through Codecademy. I'll see you for number 12. As you well know, most websites might have a white background, but they also have various backgrounds. So let's change the background of our document. To change the background of our whole document, it's going to be a style inside our body tag. So I press space, as you guessed, style equals, quotation mark. In this case, the code for it is called background color. And then we put a quotation mark, and let's make this